Let's bring in New York GOP Congresswoman and member of the House Ways and Means Committee, Claudia Tenney. Welcome, Congresswoman.
Thank you. So great to be on.
So let's play a little bit more from former President Biden. I'll get you to react to it.
And so I hadn't at this point, even though I'm at Penn, I hadn't walked away from the idea that I might run for office again. So if I ran again, I'd be running for president. And so what was happening, though, when the vote died, May 30th, 2018. 2015 he had died? 2015.
What's your reaction to hearing that audio after many Democrats said nothing to see here when there were questions about him aging while in office?
Yeah, many Democrats, many members of the media buried the story, and it was a huge story. It's stunning to see it, but I have to tell you, when that testimony first came out from Robert Hur, I immediately wrote a letter to Merrick Garland and said, you need to assemble a group of people to start considering implementation of the 25th Amendment for incompetency, and that was years right after it happened, and nobody acted on it. And you could just tell by the way even the transcript was bad, but now hearing his words is even worse. And we know that an auto pen was running our country basically. I don't know when, we really know the decline really started at its worst point, but we knew that President Biden definitely wasn't capable of doing this, which the American people should be concerned about, because this is a constitutional office, the most important position in the United States and arguably the world. And who is making agreements? Who's making deals? Is it a shadow government? Are there staffers? We really didn't have a president that was really operating our country. In contrast, look at President Trump, who's nearly the same age, who's dynamic, plays golf, has long interviews, answers questions with media, is very precise about what he knows the facts are, negotiating all across the world, and it's really quite striking that we were actually left with this.
To your day job on Capitol Hill, passing the big, beautiful bill, as the president likes to call it. Yeah. Obviously, passing big legislation in Congress is not always pretty. What do you think about the week ahead in terms of trying to get it across the finish line?
Well, so I serve on the Ways and Means Committee. We did pass the bill unanimously, our committee. It was a very hard bill for a lot of us. Not everybody got everything they wanted, but we did the best that we could negotiating. This bill has been in progress for a couple of years. We traveled around the country. We met with all kinds of everyday Americans, farmers, small business owners all across the country. And this is what our product was. And the most important task in the Ways and Means Committee is to make sure that we actually reinstate the Trump tax cuts, which are expiring at the end of the year. They gave us unprecedented growth. And if they do expire, you will see a major tax cut for families across the country and a real danger and injury to our business community, mostly small businesses who are going to be very much hurt by this. So it's essential that we get it passed.
Could be a huge tax increase at the end of the year for all those folks. Okay, to Texas Congressman Chip Roy explaining why he was a no in the Budget Committee. He says, quote, "We were making progress, but the vote was called and the problems were not resolved, so I voted no. I'm staying in Washington this weekend to deliver. Medicaid work requirements must start now, not 2029, and the Green New scam must be fully repealed as President Trump called for." The Budget Committee is expected to try again late night tomorrow night. How much is the pressure on the no votes on the Republican side to get to yes?
Well, there's big pressure because this bill has to get done. If we don't get this bill done, it is going to be a colossal failure for the American people, because this is what President Trump ran on: the tax cuts, making sure that we realign government in terms of what DOGE has done and implementing those reforms that we're coming in with, cutting the cost of government. But growth is essential. And when it comes to what's going on in the Budget Committee, I agree we have to start doing something about Medicaid. I come from the worst offender of Medicaid fraud, abuse, and waste from New York State. We have to fix Medicaid. And I have to emphasize to people out there listening, no one who is eligible for Medicaid will have their Medicaid taken away from them. We are talking about the abuse of this program by states like New York and others that have allowed so many people to be on this program for the truly needy people. And it's displacing people who are truly needy, people with special needs, our seniors. And so that's why it's so important to get it done. I know there was a technical problem, I think it was bureaucratically, on getting the work requirements in. I know Chairman Brett Guthrie of the Energy and Commerce Committee said in our joint meeting that he's going to do what he can to reduce that. But I think right now, when it comes to the green energy part of it, I come from a state that doesn't allow us to responsibly drill our natural gas resources, which are abundant. We are dependent on nuclear, and we have aging nuclear plants. Every single nuclear power generator in my state is in my district. So those are things that are really important. And nuclear is a baseload power, so we need that for our future.
We're about out of time, but
Yeah.
does it pass the House this week?
We'll see. I mean, I think it's going to really, the Budget Committee is the toughest. My colleague, who I came in as a freshman, Jody Arrington, has done a great job talking about reversing the curse and making sure we're cutting spending. We're doing it over a long term so we don't have an immediate impact that will cause recession and really counteract the real benefits of what the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act are going to do and many of the good things that are in this big, beautiful bill.
Congressman Claudia Tenney, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.